Morning, everybody. This stuff's looking really good. Real happy with the way it's turning out. Oh yeah. Kind of stiff this morning. Well, let's see what we're going to get into today. I think I got to do the bumpers, deck lid, and hood. But honestly, I'm thinking I want to block on the body and see where I get on it. That's where most of the body work was, so I need to make sure that's pretty close. This stuff here, it's not that bad. This got a couple little things, the bumper, all that stuff should be ready. Final sand, spot putty, a couple smalls, but for the most part, that should be about ready. I think I'm gonna move this. Well, I gotta get that out of here. Get it outside. I'm gonna take it back home. I just brought it in here. I had a patch tire and I haven't moved it since. But anywho, I think I'm gonna go ahead and block on the body and see how far I can get today. Alright, let's see how this thing looks. I'm going to sand it with 320 to start with and see if it needs more. I figure I will do one more coat of primer on the body. Just to do a final sand. It'll probably be a mix 10%. That way I can lay it out just a little bit smoother. Four to one leaves kind of a textured surface when you just mix it straight. Today is Thursday. I'm not going to have her painted this week. That's obvious. But I think it's going to be really close. Especially if the rest of the car sings out like this. Because this is sanding out gorgeous. Looking good. Once I get the body ready, well, once I get all this stuff ready, I'm gonna untape the whole vehicle, put the wheels back on, roll it outside. I'm gonna clean this shop real good. She's getting messy again. Try to keep some of that dust down this time. Standing on this plastic, I'm half scared to slip and fall. It's coming out real nice. I'm happy. and come catching a summer cold. Yeah, I think this thing's turning out really nice. I don't think it'll take too much longer and we'll be starting to see some color on this thing. I still got to pop the doors off, finish the jams, but that shouldn't be that big a deal. That's just a thing. Wonderful. I think I'm going to put you guys on time lapse. Alright guys, I dropped to 220 on the sandpaper. I'm priming it anyways. I'm going to prime it and then block it. I'm going to say after 220 and I get this thing blocked out, if there's no real issues, I should be able to put the final prime on, then wet sand it ready for paint. Skip right over the 320. Because this is coming out so slick and smooth, no waves, ready to go. I think 220 is the way to go here. I just did this whole corner with 220 and it cut my time way down. I don't know if he's wanting me to wet sand and buff this one or not. I'll probably end up doing it. After all, a paint job's not complete unless it's buffed. Man, that's gorgeous. Had a great time at the cruise in last night. Been a while since I showed up to it. Figured nobody would want to see that Plymouth with the rust and the way it runs and everything, but you know what? I don't care. I'm going to enjoy that car when I'm ready to tear into it. Make it pretty. Everybody will know I drove it. Everybody will know I drove it the way it was. I'm blocking you, ain't I? Get on over this way. Glad I'm not sanding on a fender today. I know it needs sanded yet, but hey, that's all right. Give me a break from it. The Kit Kat does sound good. If I can get this body all sanded out today, edges and all, I'll be extremely happy. I'd like to get, if I can get this sanded out, I might try to get that firewall shot. Gonna shoot it satin black. I don't think I'm gonna use the trim black on it because it's such a big area and so many nicks and crannies, but we'll see. I believe I've still got some satin clear over there. And I know I've got black base coat, so. I probably ought to prime it first. Alright, I'm going to go to the other side of the T-top and continue just like this. You know, a lot of people will use power tools for this part. I don't know, put fine grit on a DA or on a file board or something like that. But my thoughts on that, it's just like when you're working on an engine. You gotta have an engine to power this beautiful machine. So, you know, when you're working on an engine, there's no replacement for displacement. Same way with this. When you're using power tools, yeah, it gets it done a lot quicker, but you don't see the fine little details that you need to see. I'm using 3 different blocks now, and oh my goodness, this thing's slick. When you're using power tools, you're just riding along, riding along. When you're doing it by hand, you can see the details. So far, I've only seen one spot that needs just a touch of spot putty. That's on the other side on the B pillar, right at the window jamb. This side is the side that I did all that fab work, and we are about to see what it's going to look like. Love it. You've seen how quickly I went over that. This primer always leaves a little rough surface, so you go like this and it'll highlight the tops. You can see that's all even right there. You've seen how quickly I did this side. That is pretty much even all the way across. That tells me I've got it nice and straight. Now I'll block that out till all them little bumps are gone. I don't know if you can even see it. Let's see if I can put a little light on it. Can you see them little bumps? When you're done sanding, it's smooth like that. Alright, I think this side's gonna block out just fine too. Awesome. I've been leaving the door shut, and it's been staying cooler in here pretty much all day. I only open it when I have to, and I shut it right away. It's been doing pretty decent. It's a heck of a shock when I walk out there, though. When I go to leave, speaking of which, I left my windows up. When I go to leave, it's usually about 145 degrees inside my truck. I'm gonna go out there in a little bit and open them windows. Let that air blow through. Wonderful. I think I need to change this sandpaper. It's starting to wear out on me. Here's another trick. Instead of using, what do they call that? Guide code or something like that. I do use it. I don't like it. I can feel just a little bit right in here. Remember, this had those holes from that trim. Take a pencil, draw circles. And then go back and forth. When you sand that, I'll grab a finer piece of sandpaper here. When you sand that, it will sand all the tops off and leave anything that's low. See, you can still see it's low right there. I can still feel it. Don't like it. Might end up with a little spot putty on that one. It's coming out. All right, back to the longer one. Can you see them? There's one there and there too. This door is going to take a little bit more work. I'll probably end up priming it and 220 again on it. This door had quite a bit of work done to it, but it's close, but not close enough. The top one's sanded out. That one, not so much. Using a hard block. That way it don't float down in the curves. Yeah, that's gonna take some spot putty. That one. Oh well. Not as close as I thought I was gonna be, but hey, it looks good other than a couple small spots. Now, you heard me say a few minutes ago, I don't like using guide coat. I do use it on certain things. The bottom of this door had a lot of work done to it, and I want to work it out. I'll probably drop down to 180 on the sandpaper because I know it's going to need more work. So I'm going to go ahead and put guide coat on here. I use a powder. Grab a piece of 180 on the long block and see how bad the lower half is. How many of you are going on the power tour next week? I'd love to go, but I'm not prepared for it. But wife and I was talking last night. I think I'm going to make sure I'm ready for it next year. I definitely think it would be an experience to remember, as for sure. If you're going to the power tour, let me know in the comments. Here we go. a lot of it sanded out. There's a few spots though, but it's not near as bad as I thought it was going to be. When I first started sanding on it, yeah, it shocked me. Come on now, it's starting to harden up already. All right, I gotta go clean this and get some more mixed. All right, I got spot putty in the bad areas. I think before I go onto the quarter panel, I want to get onto the other door and do the same thing. I gotta see if it's gonna need a bunch of work as well, so I don't know if it will or not. I can't remember. Sanded on them fenders to get them stripped so long, I can't remember where I was. It feels pretty decent. It feels like something right there. Can't remember, man. All right, I'm gonna get some guide coat put on that. Get my sanding blocks over here. And I'm just gonna go ahead and sand this with 180 as well. I'm gonna have to mix up primer for that other door and that one spot up there. So I might as well block this with 180 and shoot it with primer too, right? Yeah. I agree. All right. You can see this side's got a few spots too. But so far, they're sanding out. The worst one I see so far is right there, and I didn't even see that before when I stripped the door. I'm working on it. I can feel it, but I'll keep sanding on it and see where I'm at. I'll tell you what, I'm getting about tired of sanding today. I'm thinking I'm gonna finish these 2 doors up, mix up some primer and shoot just the 2 doors. And then tomorrow morning, come in, finish the lower section of the quarters, re-block the doors, which they're pretty darn close now. So I don't think it's gonna take a whole lot of sanding on it. And then the body will be ready for final prime, other than scuffing all the edges and things like that. What I'm thinking, I'll block the doors, the lower quarters, the rear apron, and at that point I think I'm gonna pop the doors off. Get the doors popped off there, and then I can do all the jams. Oh man. The reason I'm using this smaller block, I'm getting the spot putty down close because I don't want to mess up outside of it. While I'm sanding it with the long block. So I'll get it close with this, and then I'll take the long block and go over all of it to make sure it's all level. When I put this stuff on, I put it on a little bit heavier than I should probably. Mainly because I don't like doing it over and over and over. Put it on thick enough, bring it down close, and then block it out after. You only got to do it once. Most times. Sometimes you don't get that lucky. If you believe in luck. I don't. Everything in this world happens for a reason, and God's in control of all of it. God's in control. Yeah, I like that. Okay. Now, it had to take me a 10-minute break. Man, my arms were killing me. All right, I'm gonna raise this up, get the bottom edge of the doors. Get them cleaned. And get some primer on. Yeah, that'll be good. I'll just leave you hooked up. I don't care. Might have to move you guys back though. Alright, I'm gonna hand scuff some of these edges. Make sure they're, let me check this off. Make sure they're ready for primer. Well, he needs a good edge. Make sure these are ready for primer, and then I'll clean it up real good. And I'm gonna get some primer on these doors. I'm gonna try to set you up so that when I shoot it, you can see how straight they are or not. And go from there. See how I'm letting that just float around it? I'm not putting any pressure. I don't want to cut it off on the point, but you do want it sanded. All right, I'll get the other door. It looks like changed my battery for the 7th time today and get it cleaned. I'm going to show you a trick I learned. All them years of being a fabricator, working in a hot environment. Stick your air hose down in there. Cool your feet off, it cools you off. That cold air going in on your feet, when it's hot out, it's like an air conditioning. Yeah, I just thought that was kind of neat, and I thought I'd pass it along. I've been doing that for years. I tried to position this camera to where you could see down the length of it, but the only place I could put it that you could see, I would be painting my GoPro, and I'm not going to do that. So I'll just bring you up close after it's done. Alright, let's see what she looks like. What is this thing doing? Can't see it over there. Alright, on to the other door. The hoist is dropping down on me. Arm getting tired. Alright, I'm gonna let that set for a minute. Ain't got a lot left, but I'll hit a couple of the bodywork areas again. Beautiful. Oh yeah. That is so much better. Perfect. what I was waiting on. Beautiful. Love it. Awesome. Oh, that's a relief. All right, so tomorrow, I think my game plan is going to be get the doors off there. I've got to do all the jams of the door and the door jamb on the body. I also got to sand the rockers around the wheel lips, both quarters, the rear tail pan, same on this side. That's gonna be fun to clean off. I'm gonna get rid of his rubber. He's gonna have to buy new. That stuff's no good anyways. But if I can have the body all sanded tomorrow, let's see, tomorrow's Friday. If I can have the body all sanded tomorrow and see what I need to do on the doors, I'll be a happy camper. Happy, happy, happy. All right, let's see if we can't spin this thing around here. It creeps down at night, so I don't want it to creep down where I don't want it. Get my air hose back. I've popped an air hose doing that one time. It come down, set right on the hose. When I come in the next day, I turned the air on, raised the vehicle up, and it unpinched it and blew. I haven't had a whole lot of time on that thing this week, but I got to get this Camaro done. I am going to come in here Saturday though, and I'm going to kick tail on that thing. God willing. I'm almost ready for final block, guys. I'm excited. It's getting close. He's already got the firewall sanded. I can get that under primer and satin black right away. But while I prime that, I'll prime the door jambs and any of this stuff that I need primed. I don't know, it might take another full week to get it ready for paint. There's still quite a bit left. I gotta block the hood, the deck lid, all this stuff. Great. Well, if you haven't yet, I'd appreciate it if you hit that subscribe button. Subscriber count to go up. If you're watching it, you must enjoy it or you wouldn't come back. Please hit that subscribe button. Help the channel grow. Also, there was another thing I was going to ask. If any of you knows how to do a live video and schedule it ahead of time. Okay, say today's Thursday. Say I wanted to do a live on Saturday. How do I schedule that? I don't know. The studio app don't tell you. If you could help me out on that, it'd get us a lot closer to having that live on that truck in there. But hey, I don't know. I'll figure it out if nobody knows. Somebody's got to know. All right. Well, till tomorrow, have a good evening.